What's going on? Libra. The Leaves. Well. It's been a while, hasn't it? Welcome to your Shangodiac. My name is Shangodiac, aka Real Deal Ray. Like, share, subscribe, and thrive in that order. That's the order of operations. This particular Shangodiac is brought to you by our Mastermind Divination group. That is a new group that we are putting together to have, well, if you know what a mastermind group is, it's a time when, and this is for business owners and entrepreneurs. You can have a mastermind group about anything, but this is particularly for business owners and entrepreneurs. So if you've been feeling stuck, stagnant, unmotivated, or maybe shit's just moving slower than you would like it to, this is where you're going to find your answers, strategies, insights, and be held accountable to execute certain actions throughout the week. We're going to be meeting for three Sundays in a row, starting July 25th. All right. Last day to enter is this Wednesday, the 21st. I believe it's the 21st, but it's this Wednesday. There's only 4 seats available because it's only limited to 9 people. Has to be. I can't have any more than that at this point. Usually a mastermind group is anywhere from 2 people to maybe 6 or 8 people, but I'm including myself in this as well. So I'm number 9. And yeah, this is where Mastermind Group also acts as a think tank. Now, the divination aspect, that comes at the end of each of the meetings, where I'll be doing divinations for each of the members in regards to whatever may need to come through as it relates to their business or their entrepreneurial enterprise. So it's something that you really want to take advantage of, okay? This is our first time ever putting something this opulent and grand together. So I really invite you to grab your seat while you can. We'd really love to have you, okay? So without further ado, come approach the Shangorian altar, kneel at the Shangorian altar, leaves, and do me a favor. That's right. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in. Hold it at the top for about 3 seconds. Let it kind of strain for a minute. And then, woosah. Out your fucking Levy scaled hoo-ha into the cards. And as you're woosahing out, you're creating space for whatever needs to come through. So the way that this is going to work, Lib, so I'm going to do 2 rows of cards. One is about what's happening now, and one is what's coming to ya. How you been, though, Libra? Have you been talking a lot? I suspect you have. I don't know a Libra that doesn't. But I got love for the Libs. I really do. I got love for the shit. All right. And we're using the Great Balls of Fire deck. Yes, sir. Let me see here. Just a moment, Libra. I'm getting things while I'm dealing the cards. Okay. Well, I can tell you this, Libra. The future's looking kind of cool for you. There may be some bumps in the road right now a little bit. All right. Okay. Well, some of you Libras, it seems like right now, it seems to be a good amount of emotion going on here. Some of you Libras are dealing with a water sign. Okay. A water sign. Possibly a Pisces. Possibly. All right, but could just be a water sign. A man, more than likely older than you. All right. But another thing that's coming through here, see what's going on with this is there is some things going on between this individual, you and this individual here, that really got you questioning, maybe even doubting certain things in yourself. Like this is on a feeling level, like you feeling like you're being challenged emotionally. And this challenge is beckoning you, calling you, saying, hey, come over here. I want to show you some things. Now, depending on how Libraic you might be, sometimes you have to, close that and listen to hear. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a time right now I can see for a lot of you Libras in which, and I don't know if all of you are taking it that way, but it seems very challenging, and the emotions seem to be taken away from you. Okay, that's a lot of that's having to do with how you're, interpreting things as well. But I definitely feel like it has to do with this particular guy or this particular person. Like I said, this person either is a water sign or they have a whole lot of water in their chart. Now, here's something else that's coming through for you, Libra. Old skeletons of issues having to do with your dad are coming up. You may not even know that that's what it is, but that's what it is. And it's being reflected to you in a myriad of ways, circumstances, maybe even people. But this is something that definitely needs to be explored. You need to make some time to make some peace with these things, or at least, at the very least, like I said, number one, to accept that these feelings, that these, whatever these things are there. Whatever these emotions and maybe even traumas, or the impact that these traumas have on you, so that they can be released, so that you can release the resistance to them. I feel like you're burning a lot of energy trying to, and maybe you've done some work on this before, but you're not finished. So just thought I'd tell you that, okay? Some of you might also be, I feel like for some reason, see, this is also the card of the salesman. And I've spoke about this before, but for some reason, yes, this can also represent an earth sign, an immature earth sign that some of you are also having to deal with. Quite possibly maybe a Taurus, okay, but it could be any earth sign. But above that, I feel that this is showing me kind of how you see yourself. See, now the Jack is the Jack is the Jack. It's not the king or the queen, and the Jack is also the salesman of the deck. If any card is the salesman of the deck, it is the Jack. They're getting the word out, making it happen, moving and grooving. It's the Jack. And as I like to say when I see the Jack sometimes, that you need to sell yourself on yourself. It's truly. I know that a lot of you do. You may need to do it more or at a deeper level. Okay? Because there's surface level selling yourself, and the surface level shit you usually don't take because it doesn't stick, because there's still, you never address the part that doesn't believe it. But it's there. Another thing about this, you may want to be careful. I feel like there may be somebody around you who could, or who is right now, who is actually trying to take from you. Could be trying to take money. Maybe it's the borrower who never pays back, or it's the, whatever you want to say, but I do feel, and that can also be a family member as well, so you want to kind of just look around Spirit's saying to look around. Now, this is the time too, and I feel like some of you, though, in addition to like selling yourself, there's certain things you forgot. You have to acknowledge your greatness too, you know? You have to acknowledge your successes. And if you're feeling frustrated with, you know, maybe your current position, right? Because nobody wants to just stay the jack. Like, you want to move up. You want to be on some queen king shit too, right? Not saying that you're not already, but I'm seeing a part of you inside. The part of you that thinks you're still this jack. You may not be aware of this part, but I'm seeing it. Now, like I said, this also has to do with, as mentioned, anytime I see the 7 of diamonds, if there's problems, or it may not even be problems, it could be sometimes just like, you know, maybe even feeling impatient about a certain situation not progressing financially or just any other type of way, you know. It comes down to, this really is powerful, like illuminating what the fuck, you know, how you really value or don't value yourself. The 7 is always directing us back to ourselves, to become aware, to be self-introspective. You know, it's easy to fool everybody else, but you cannot fool yourself. Now, we got this 9 of hearts showing up here. This is also a time that some of you Libras have a lot of ancestral presence around you. They're coming in droves to guide you. Okay? It's also reflective of, you know, seeming to be or having something happen that finally materializes or finally happens that is like a desire of your heart, like a conclusion, a fulfillment. 9 is an ending, but another word for ending could be completion, could be fulfillment. You fulfilled the contract. Here's your check, you know. Some of you, though, as it's coming through, either the thought of, or maybe it actually is kind of happening, but like the ending of a relationship. Questioning, is this relationship really with me, for me, you know? So what's going on in the future? This is a whole change. A change in how you see yourself. The type of change where it's like people see you like, geez, what happened to you, you know? And it's like you're just on a whole other frequency, whole other wavelength, you know? And yes, that does also reflect financially. It always does, you know? Once again, change of heart. Change of heart, either about a positive change, though, you know? A change of heart about how you know, feel emotionally about yourself. When you authentically feel great about yourself, there's nothing that, you know, you cannot fake that shit. You can dress up a pig, you can put perfume on it, but it's still a pig, you know? So I see that, but like I do also feel like I'm being shown it's also going to be a change of heart, because you're going to be able to have other perspectives of maybe what's going on. So maybe the thing around you or the situation may not change just like that, but the way that you start to view it and actually feel about it is going to change, which is going to change that. So there's that. Then there's this, 4 diamonds. Feeling more secure. Feeling more secure than ever. I also feel like this could equate also into also like major kawows. Kawow. Well, I don't know what a kawow is. A kablow? Kaboom? But this is like, what do I really want? Connecting to that juice. Connecting to that, like, you know, too many of us be chasing after false goals, which is why it's taking so long, or why we don't ever get them, or why we do get them and it's not fulfilling at all, because we were chasing the wrong thing. Knowing what it is that you really, really want. And even as it pertains to like money and financial situations or statuses, is a major thing. Learning to think like God. One of my favorite card, Nine of Clubs. Okay? Having a sovereign mind. You're going to get to experience having a sovereign mind, which means a mind that is not affected by all the bullshit around you. Now, this is actually a creative card to me. Okay? And as far as the way what it's speaking to me about as far as you go, it's a creative card. All right? It's a card that says, "Hey, I see what's going on. Now let's have some fun and create, because I can create at any time what I want to create." Being able to assume that experience, to feel it, to smell it, to see it, to touch it, strictly on the mental realm right now, within yourself. Even if everything around you is saying, "No, it's not going to happen." You know, it's the key. It's mastering your mind. To me, this is also a card of mastery of mind and assuming a perspective of divinity, which translates for me as mental mastery. You know, being able to, 9 is divine. You know what I'm saying? Being able to choose how you're going to think. For a lot of people, it seems almost impossible to say that, let alone to do that. Because the moment they say, "Okay, I'm going to choose how I think from here on out," something's going to happen or someone's going to happen. And that's going to be the end of that. They're going to be back in reaction mode. But a lot of you Libras are going to be making that leap. That's how you pierce the veil. The mental aspect controls the material aspect. And the mental aspect arranges and composes and creates, if you will, the material plane. So that's the source. That's where you want to go to enact that change, whatever that change is for you. Last but not least, I see this is coming in several different ways, but I'm going to lack it up as a long story for you. This is also talking about there's going to be a partnership coming for you. And it's going to be a fruitful partnership. And yes, I'm talking about that. It's a fruitful partnership. Maybe it has to do with an enterprise, or maybe it has to do with a business. Maybe, I don't know what exactly. It can be different for everybody. But it's going to be profitable for you. You're going to be able to play your strengths while they play theirs. And y'all's chemistry is going to be like this. It's going to be good. Now, some of you are going to be getting a divorce. That's the other side of this card. But it looks the same, Shango. I know. Potato, potato. Yin and yang. But trust and believe, it is all part. It's if you're going to find yourself in that situation, it's needed. Maybe you enacted it. Maybe the other person did. But instead of trying to fight and hang on to it, Spirit is saying that, it's happening for you, Levy. Okay? It's happening for you. So embrace it. And the thing about it is, if that's for you, you're going to know because you've already been thinking this shit. And it just happened to play out in a particular way. So don't try and save face. Don't worry about what you look like to other people. Fuck what you look like to other people. All right? If you got to go, you got to go. If Spirit's kind of booting you out because you didn't want to move on it, allow it to happen. All right? This is Shango Ray. Peace.